morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter Chen. My presentation topic today is the Eiffel Tower. First of all, let me give you a brief overview of what I'm going to say. I will first talk about the history of the famous tower, followed by the construction process. Then, I will present to you some of the interesting facts about the tower before I share my personal thoughts. Now, let's start with the history of the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower was designed by French architect Gustave Eiffel. The original purpose of the tower was to celebrate the World's Fair that France was hosting in 1889. Here are two posters for the events. The tower served as the entrance to the fair, as you can see in this picture. Originally, the tower meant to stay for 20 years only, which means that it would have to be torn down in 1909. Luckily, the city of Paris decided to keep it as a communication tower, so it got to stay. Now, let's move on to the construction of the tower. The Eiffel Tower was built between 1887 and 1889. It was built with puddle iron, which is a form of purified iron that is good and strong for construction use. For example, the framework of the Statue of Liberty was built with this kind of iron. The structure of the tower is 324 meters high. To illustrate how high that is, if you think of the tower as a building, it would have about 81 floors. For almost 40 years, it was the tallest structure in the world. Before this, the Chrysler Building in New York stole the title from the Eiffel Tower in 1930. Okay, enough for constructions. Let me now present to you some interesting facts about the tower. The Eiffel Tower has over 6 million visitors every year, making it the most visited monument in the world. I think you will agree that it is a beautiful structure. But when it was first built in 1889, many French people thought that it's ugly and called it an eyesore. But then over the next 120 years, people grew to love it, especially the foreign visitors. And to keep it looking beautiful, every 7 years, they need to use 50 to 60 tons of paint. So far, it has been repainted 18 times since 1889. Now, it's time for me to share some of my reflections. I think the Eiffel Tower is a beautiful structure. Even though it was built to be a temporary functional tower, which was not meant to last. The 120-year-old structure was so well designed that it has now become a symbol of love and romance. We do not have anything equivalent in Hong Kong. So I hope one day Hong Kong will produce a construction that will become world famous. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you.